Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's look is going to be a grungy smoky eye. I love this look, and because it's prom coming up, I thought that this would be a perfect prom look because, well, I wore this to prom, so I wanted to put this out there and see if you guys like it. I think it's timeless, and if you guys love it, then keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyelids using a MAC paint pot. I love this when I'm going to do really dark colors because it really just grabs the color and makes it stand out. And then as a transition colors for my smoky eye, I'm going to do actually a foundation. So this foundation is just slightly darker than I normally go for my base foundation, so I'm going to use this as a transition color for my eyes. It's going to transition really naturally and soft to any of the dark brown or black colors I'm using. And then I'm going to pick up this warm orangey type of shade. This is so pretty. I love this color transitioned out of any black smoky eyes. It just looks very grungy, and I don't know, it screams smoky eyes. So I'm just going to blend this into the crease using a large fluffy brush. I'm trying to keep it a little bit lower than the first transition color that I used. And then the more you layer upwards, it's just going to look a lot softer. If you do bring it up a little too high, this is why I didn't fill in my brows just yet, because I know that I'm going to be going back into light colors, and I don't know, sometimes the brows sort of get in the way. The color Swiss Chocolate from MAC. It's just a cool toned brown or light medium type of brown. I'm going to use a smaller blending brush and start to create the smokiness of the eyes. I'm also going into the crease, but if you notice, the brushes get a little smaller, so does the darkness. So the darker you go, the smaller the brush. Now for the dark color, same brush, but I'm just going to keep it right at the very tip of the brush, but I'm going into this Kat Von D palette, and I'm just taking the dark shade. It's sort of like a black, but it's not the blackest black I own. I kind of wish I would have gone a little darker with the black. It has like a grayish blue sort of undertone. But anyways, I'm just going to be applying that and really packing that on into the crease. I'm sort of calling this a halo type of smoky eye area in the very center of my eye that has no color on it, and I'm just going to keep that as is, sort of naked. This is going to create a halo type of effect, and it also keeps the eyes from not looking overly dark because you still have that skin sort of peeking through. I'm going to go in and fill in my brows now, and since the eyes are pretty dark, I want to make my brows a little bit darker just so they stand out against all the dark eyeshadow. And then I'm going to use a few primers today. I'm going to prime my face with this Dior sort of like air flash type of primer. It has a radiant effect. And I want to keep it kind of radiant because the eyes are pretty dark and matte. I like to balance out the look and then focus on the radiance around my face. And then to cover any of the dark areas of my face, I'm going to take this Marc Jacobs corrector. It has like an orangey undertone, so it's going to help cancel out any darkness around the eyes and then any dark acne scars, so any of that. So here I'm using a newer foundation. This one is actually a really good foundation. I love it, but I do need to do the correcting and then the priming and all that with this foundation because it doesn't have a full coverage. And you guys know how much I love my full coverage foundations. This is more of a light to medium coverage. You can build on top of it to achieve like a medium coverage. But overall, I like this foundation. It's really dewy. It's like one of those really nice lightweight summer foundations. But since the foundation is not very full coverage, I'm going to be taking Creamy Concealer again, keeping with the radiance. I'm just going to apply this pretty heavy under the eyes and the center of the forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and my chin. And then I'm going to blend that out with the Beauty Blender. Now I am going to set my concealer with a mattifying powder, but I'm just going to keep the powder around the eyes just because I don't want the creasing, and then I'll go back in with the radiant look with some powders and all kinds of things. So I'm just going to bake with my Laura Mercier powder. I do still want to bake, even though the foundation is dewy, I want to still be pretty mattified around the eyes, and then anywhere where I would normally get oily, I still want to bake those areas. Now to finish off the eyes, I'm going to take a Lancome Kohl Black Eyeliner. This liner is so dark and creamy. I'm going to use that in the waterline, and I'm also going to tightline with this. I'm going to bring it a little bit lower onto my lower lash line and try to smoke that out. I'm going to do the exact same process I did with my top lid to the bottom lid, just so it's really smoky. So same colors, I'm taking that same black from the Kat Von D and packing that along the lash line, and then smoking that out with that same Swiss chocolate, and then again with that warm orangey color, and then with my foundation. So it's nice and smoked out. So I've already applied a mascara to my eyes. For some reason I didn't show it, and these lashes are just some drugstore lashes. I think they're just some Ardell. I ended up switching my lashes because I thought that this look might need something a little more dramatic, so don't mind the lashes. Later on in the intro, I obviously have different lashes. And then under eyes, I'm going to go back and bring some of that dewiness by taking a Hourglass Ambient Light Powder and just applying that under the eyes for some brightness. I was going to use a glowy bronzer, but this bronzer, I don't know, it was just on hand, and I actually really love it. It's one of my favorites. It's the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. Even though it doesn't have the dewiness, it still has that warmth, and that warmth that you've been on vacation, you've been out in the sun, so I love it so much. I'm going to also contour my nose with this. I'm taking that Hourglass powder again and just making sure it's nice and dewy. For the lips, I'm going to take Bow and Arrow from Kat Von D, and I'm using this just because I really like the cool nude effect of it, but I'm going to go in with a lip gloss. This is from Urban Decay. It's the Naked Lip Gloss, and just going right over it. And I'm going to spray my face with my Tatcha Luminous Setting Spray, and that completes the entire look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys are going to wear this to prom, and if you guys do, don't forget to tag me on my social medias. I would love to see that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye!